It helps to think about the comparison between traditional and mesh stringing as a mesh pocket will do more for you, and a traditional pocket you are more responsible for I guess stringing certain characteristics into it. For example, there are things that mesh can do, like when you transition from pulling the mesh down the sides of the sidewall for the channel and bunching up to form the pocket. Mesh will have certain properties in terms of hold and whip and things like that. A traditional pocket, you're building every aspect of it, so you're determining where that channel starts to tighten, where the pocket is at its deepest, how the ball feels when it's at the deepest part of the head, or if it's just sort of one bag, and you're also controlling how much whip there is, you're controlling how much hold there is with your outer leathers, how tight or how loose they are, and how they form around the ball. So the difference between the two styles of stringing is largely a difference in feel, which is difficult to illustrate, but there are some characteristics of a pocket that a piece of mesh, whenever strung with any given sidewall pattern, will give you. You know, a low pocket with mesh means generally low whip, means generally a fair amount of hold, because the ball is sitting lower in the narrowest part of the throat of the head. Whereas a low pocket, you could still have really wide set outer leathers. You could still, you could put lower shooting strings in traditional and have bigger diamonds, and it could have a little more whip, and it could almost feel like a mesh pocket with a drop top string. So there are, I think the best way to just anchor a discussion about the differences between traditional stringing and a mesh pocket is that a piece of mesh will just do things for you if you string it into a head. A traditional pocket will not. A traditional pocket will only have the characteristics that you string into it, which is why traditional pockets take longer to string and generally require more maintenance, because you, the player, or I guess the stringer, you're responsible for putting those characteristics into that pocket and then maintaining the pocket so that it performs like that. A traditional pocket is so many factors. You have, here's another difference. So with mesh you can string a pocket with all the same interlock and equal spacing down the sidewall, and your pocket will form according to the shape of the head. You know, so like a Maverick optic, if you just string it up with all special interlocks, skipping holes, and don't change it up, then you're going to get a mid-low to low pocket, because that's what the Maverick optic is for. So let's talk about how long these pockets take to string. I've been stringing sticks for 10, almost 11 years now. I can bang out a mesh pocket in just a normal head with no special characteristics in about 15, maybe 20 minutes. A traditional pocket, there's two factors to that. One, I don't think I could string a good, by my standards good, traditional pocket in less than a couple of hours. And two, I think even if I could string one that fast, I would not feel confident giving one to a customer that only took me, an hour or two to string. There's so many things you have to, I think if you could compare it, like if stringing a mesh pocket is writing, a long, thoughtful paragraph, then stringing a traditional is like writing an entire essay. A brand new traditional pocket won't have as much hold as a brand new mesh pocket. That's not to say that one is better than the other. It's just, a process. One of them is made of individual moving parts. One of them is made of one piece that is just moving all together. A mesh pocket that is not strung to your preferences will be closer to your style of play no matter who you are. A traditional pocket that's not strung to your preferences, you'll have to learn how to play with that stick. Generally, great players will be able to play with anything. So it's not life or death or anything like that. But often stringing ahead with mesh will be more expensive than stringing ahead with the traditional. Traditional materials are overall cheaper, but there's more work you have to do.